Good morning, beautiful people. This is Denise from Essential Wellness, and I'm here on Plant-Based Mama to talk about essential oils, exclusively doTERRA essential oils. Here at Essential Wellness, we use essential oils to replace harmful chemicals and also products that have been tested on animals. So I'm going to keep this cast rather short. Most of the people watching this have already joined doTERRA and have been with us for either a number of months or are newcomers, and they have, or you have, a basic kit. Good morning, everybody. So this is Denise from Essential Wellness and Plant-Based Mama. I'm here. Good morning. Good morning, beautiful people. This is Denise from Essential Wellness, and I'm here on Plant-Based Mama to talk about essential oils, exclusively doTERRA essential oils. Here at Essential Wellness, we use essential oils to replace harmful chemicals and also products that have been tested on animals. So I'm going to keep this cast rather short. Most of the people watching this have already joined doTERRA and have been with us for either a number of months or are newcomers, and they have, or you have, a basic kit. And this basic kit is the small kit that we sell here in China, in doTERRA China, where I am, by the way. And it has 10 oils in it, and I'll just read out which ones they are. So they are lavender, lemon, peppermint, easy air, deep blue, tea tree, frankincense, oregano, digestin, and on guard. Now, this class is going to be on how do you take care of your oils, okay? So basically what happens with the oils is that these oils come from a number of sources. So they come from the flowers, the roots, the seeds, and the bark of plants. Depending on where they come from, depends on how long they will last once you open them. Now, from what I have read in my research, citrus oils or oils that are taken from the fruit will last on average about 9 to 12 months after they've opened. So for example, if you buy your citrus oils such as lemon and wild orange and citrus bliss, it's probably better to use them up as quickly as possible. And really, the citrus oils are not expensive. You will find a number of ways to use them around the house. My favorite one is actually Litsea, which I'm actually not sure is a citrus, but it certainly smells like one. But I use them in the cleaning products. I use them to wash the fruit and vegetables here at the centre. I either throw baking soda and vinegar on my vegetables, or when I'm washing the fruit, I put a couple of drops of lemon essential oil in the water just to get rid of any of the nasties. I also like to put the citruses around the centre because it just lifts the mood. It just makes it feel so much nicer. Bergamot is a really nice oil, and it looks somewhat like a lemon, but it's sort of knobbly and a bit ugly looking. But it is a very, very good oil to have around to uplift the mood. So basically what happens is with your citrus oils, try and use them fairly generously before you use your other oils per se, because they will last a little bit longer. Okay, so in the basic kit, your oils that have got citrus in them are just the lemon, and you've also got some in On Guard, but On Guard's one of those oils that you probably use very fast if you're taking care of your, protecting your health and your health of your family. Okay, so the next ones after that are your leaves, and peppermint is one of the oils that is a very cooling oil, and so you probably want to use your peppermint within about 12 to 18 months. I'd be really surprised if you're using your oils properly. I'd be surprised if you didn't use peppermint up fairly quickly anyway. And if you're not using your oils fairly quickly, then you probably don't know how to use them. And if you don't know how to use them, just come back. We're going to have more classes online. Okay? And we want to help you to use these oils, because there's no point buying something if you don't use it. You're just wasting your money. And quite frankly, I and my team don't want to sell you something that you don't use. It's a bit of a, this is something that is really good for you and your family. You're basically just getting rid of all of the toxins in your family and you're replacing them with natural products. Okay, the next one I'd like to talk about is lavender. Lavender is a lovely oil, and I would probably put it in the same category as the peppermint and also the oregano. Oregano also comes from leaves. So lavender and peppermint and oregano are going to be oils that you're going to need to use out within 12 to 18 months. Oregano is one of those oils that is not commonly used. Whenever we've had a BOGO, what has often happened is that I've ended up with the extra oregano, and I used to try and give it away as gifts. Yeah, I don't think people really knew what to do with it. But what's happening now is I don't have as much oregano in storage because I keep 2 oils of each. 2 of each oils at the centre, just in case anybody needs something urgently. And so oregano is one of those oils that you tend to use in blends, such as the flu bomb. It's a very useful oil in the flu bomb. But I would use it whenever you have need for antibiotics. It's an undervalued oil because it doesn't smell that great. If you need it in cooking, you're using only a toothpick, just stick a toothpick in and then twirl it around your soup. It's perfectly okay. And the thing is that it may be used if you end up having like a finger fungus, a fingernail fungus or a toenail fungus. You can actually use oregano and paint it over the fingernail or the toenail. And that works very, very effectively. There are a lot of other uses for oregano. So it is one of those oils that you may take a little bit longer to use, but please keep an eye on how long you are, from when you've opened it. Now, it's a good idea to just make a note on the bottle when you actually open it, or if you don't have a lot of oils, just remember, 12 months from after you've joined and you started using your oils, have a look and see which ones you have and haven't opened, and then just sort of do a bit of a review of that, okay? So the next one is your woody oils, and your woody oils include things like frankincense. So frankincense is it's an oil that comes from the bark of the tree, and it's a sap, and it dries out and then it's processed and made into an oil. And it actually has a shelf life of about 2 years. So once you've opened your frankincense, you have about 2 years to use it. Now, one thing I do need to tell you, this is very important. When you are opening your bottles of oils or you're sharing them with your friends, you need to be very careful not to touch this area here, okay? So if you're wanting to share them with the children or share them with your friends, just let them know, don't go touching this area here, because these oils are being used therapeutically by some people, depending on how much you want to get out of your oils. And so it's best to keep them as clean as possible, okay? So you don't touch that area, okay? And if you want to let people smell them, you can give them the lid. The lid's got quite a lot of oil in it, and so like that they can have a smell of it. Or the other thing that you can do, and sometimes I do when we're having classes here, is to hand out the bottle and tell people to be very careful not to touch this, and just go like that, okay? And then you can smell the oils, okay? The other thing that you'll notice with your oils is that they come in a dark bottle. Now, they're in a dark bottle for a very good reason. Most of these oils are very light sensitive. Okay? So you don't want to go putting them in the sunlight. I've given my mum some oils, and we arranged them on the windowsill in her kitchen. I did that so that they're right in front of her. She can see them every day, and she loves them. She loves the smell of the oils throughout the house. And every time I go back to Australia, I take her some more oils. But her kitchen window has a very large awning over it. It's about 3 or 4 meters, 2 or 3 meters. And so she doesn't have direct sunlight on that. So that's perfectly okay. I do know people who keep their oils in the refrigerator. And there's probably a very good reason for that, depending on the climate that you're in. If you're in a very hot, steamy environment, then yes, it will have an effect on your oils. Okay? And if you are using your oils for therapeutic reasons, like say perhaps you have health issues and you want to use your oils to treat certain conditions, then I would treat your oils very carefully and probably keep them in the refrigerator if you have the space and you want to do that and the temperature is hot. Okay. What else do you need to know? Well, here in China, now this video is not exclusive for people in China, but most of my team are here in China. In China, what happens is we get the oils, they're sent from America, where they're put together, sent across to China, and then they're redistributed through one of the major distribution centers here in China. And they come with a Chinese sticker. Can you see that? Got a little bit of a reflection there. Okay. Oh, that's upside down. Okay, so that's what it's got on it. It's got a barcode, and it's got all the information about, what's actually in the oil. Now, if you are English speaking and you don't read Chinese, just peel it off, okay? And then you've got the information here. For example, this is lemon, and it says dilute 1 drop in 120 mils of liquid for dietary use, okay? And it has cautions such as avoid contact with eyes, inner ear, and sensitive areas. You don't want to go putting oils anywhere near these areas, okay? Just recently, one of our VIPs, which is a doTERRA advocate, one of her children had pink eye, and so we found out that the treatment for that was to put a little bit of oil around the eye. I think in this case it was lavender, and it was just around the eye here, not actually on the eye. And the same as if you say perhaps have an inner ear infection where you're wanting to treat, maybe you've got a cold and you've got a sore throat and it's gone to your ears and you've got earache, or the child has got an earache, you would put a diluted version of the oil of choice around this area here, but never in the ear. Now, whether you take them orally or not, that is really a matter of personal choice. But I would say, please, please, before taking them orally, make sure that you do your homework and you learn as much as you can about the oils, and particularly the oil of choice. Okay. Now, if you are taking them orally, just to let you know, there is a dietary label only on the ones that are safe to take orally. Okay. I'm just trying to turn this one off. Okay. So, okay. So, this one has dietary instructions there. Okay. So it has the dietary instructions there. Oops. So the rest of the oils and what you're doing with the oils depends on what your need is. I think the other thing that you need to know is where to get your resources. To start with, keep it fairly simple. We have a very good book that we give to people here at the centre. Here, 1 second, I'll just grab it. See, it's in my apron. Okay, so here is the book. This is the essential basics. I don't know how much it costs in the US. I think it's maybe 25 or 30 US dollars. I was flicking through it again today, and it has all of the oils, and it has how they're used, etc., etc. So, for example, ginger. Ginger's a lovely oil. It has half a page on ginger, and for example, ginger has top uses: spasms, cramps, and sore muscles. Dilute and massage into area of discomfort for warming relief. It's useful for nausea, morning sickness, and loss of appetite. If you don't want to ingest them, you can inhale them, diffuse them. Motion sickness and vertigo, memory and brain support. I didn't do that one. Heartburn and reflux, alcohol addiction. It helps to ease cravings, hormone and blood sugar imbalance, colic and constipation, and emotional balance. So the top properties are anti-inflammatory, antispasmodic, digestive, laxative, analgesic, stimulant, decongestant, neurotonic, and there's more information on page 260. So this is a very useful book. So I'll just, that's the front of it. And we have got a larger book, but it's the same type of book, and it's got a lot more detail, but I just find this so much easier. I can actually throw this in my backpack when I'm traveling back to Australia, keep it on me. I keep a copy by my bed just in case I need to know something very quickly, or I'm curious about something. So that's that. Now, just quickly before I finish today, I'm going to talk very much. I've just talked about how you can take care of your oils. One of the things that you need to know is we've got little kits at the centre for making up your DIY blends. Okay, so I will be looking at organising an online DIY class. We're going to ask around and see what classes you want to have, and then we'll show you how to do them. So, for example, you can buy them. You can get them from the centre, or you can get them on Taobao. Where you get them overseas, I'm not quite sure. But here in China, we have something called Taobao. And Taobao is great for getting stuff. So that's making your soles, face creams and things like that. I make all my own face creams, by the way. So yeah. This is a little roller bottle. The same principles are involved. You can see that they're coloured glass to protect. And see, that's the little spray bottle. See? Okay. And there's little squirter ones as well, which is really good for making hand sanitizers. I really don't like hand sanitizers, except our own. Hand sanitizers have a whole lot of chemicals in them, and they've got alcohol in them. And I've heard about children licking them, and they're very strong. And it's a real worry. So I stay away from hand sanitizers. You can put in a small bottle like this. You could put 10 drops of On Guard, maybe 1 drop of oil, just to keep it nice and moist. I told someone 5, it was a bit oily. So 10 drops of On Guard, one drop of coconut oil, and then top it up with water, and then just use it to spray your hands. Okay, and that's a very useful one. Okay. We've also got these little caps here. It's got a little, kind of hard to see, and I don't want to open it. It's a roller cap. And so what you do is you can take this off, and how you take this off is you actually use the cap. Yes, it's coming. It's coming, yay. See? Take it like that. Can you see that? And then you can take this little cap. It's a rollerball cap. You push it inside there, and then it's got another cap that's higher than this, okay, to protect it, okay? And if you were doing that, that would be like full on, okay? So that's not diluted oil. And I recommend you, if you have just started out on your journey, to either ask us or ask some of your friends if they're using doTERRA oils, and only use doTERRA oils, and see if they've got any empty bottles. And you can use those empty bottles and top them up with oil. Put your oil base in and then top them up with fractionated oil to have a diluted version of that. And remember, we don't dilute oils with water. We only dilute them with a carrier oil, in which case we use the fractionated coconut oil. Okay, so that's that. Now let me see if there's anything else I need to tell you. I don't think so. I think that's probably enough for today. I don't want to give you information overload. Just show you the beautiful new kit from doTERRA. Look at that. That's the home essentials kit that comes here in China. And inside that, you've got the diffuser. You've got the 10 bottles of oil, which are the same as these ones. Okay, exactly the same, but these ones are 15 ml oils, and these ones are 5 ml oils. When I first started, I got the 5 ml oils. It cost me 1,000 RMB, and I got a free bottle of coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil. But I really regret it now, because obviously I'm using the oils all the time. So if you are going to use the oils, I definitely recommend this, because you only get to buy the kits when you first sign up. So after you've signed up, you can't get the oils at such a discounted price. And also the other thing is, this month, if you order the big kit, which is what's known as 225 PV, you get a point for every US dollar value of the kit. In which case, this kit is 2,288 RMB, which is probably around about 240 US dollars or something, or maybe less. Anyway, it's worth 225 PV. If you get this kit this month, you get a bottle of deep blue oil, which is a muscle rub. And can you see right there? That's the deep blue cream sitting on the shelf there. You get one of those. In fact, that is actually for one of our VIPs, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. Brenda signed up a couple of days ago, and she gets that kit and a free bottle of deep blue oil as well. And the other thing is, for this month, while stocks last, anybody who signs up gets this one. I'm trying to get the shine off it. They get this book, okay? And that's only for new sign-ups, okay? So anyway, that's all from me, and this is my first video doing on Zoom, recording it and putting it on my YouTube station, Plant-Based Mama. And so I hope that you can come into classes and share your comments below, and let us know what classes you want. And really, one of the things about, I'll just remind you that one of the things that, one of the reasons why we use the essential oils at Essential Wellness is because we really want to reduce the suffering of the animals. And I've seen pictures, horrific pictures of what they do to the animals and testing them. And this happens so much around the world. We just don't even know about it. And we just go into the supermarket or the department store and we pick product up and don't consider whether it has been tested on animals. We don't consider the effect that it has on the environment. We don't even consider the effect that it has on our bodies. And I raised my daughters in this ignorance, and I don't want to be like that anymore. So from now on, I'm doing my best to help everybody else to use natural products. And I really, really like the doTERRA oils. Okay, so if you aren't a VIP, just send me a message and I'm more than happy to help sign you up and give you the support that you need, so that if you are a member of doTERRA, you can get up to, here in China, you can get up to 35% off the retail price. Overseas, it's between 10 and 30% of the retail price. And each month you are eligible, if you purchase before the 15th of each month, you are eligible to receive a free gift if you purchase over 125 PV. Remember, 1 PV matches $1 US, so it's about the equivalent of 125 US dollars. Or if you purchase 200 PV, you may get another gift as well. So doTERRA is pretty generous. It is a loyalty rewards program, And so if you buy each month, you will reap the rewards. And I have a centre full of oils. I give the oils away to my children and to my family, and I use them all the time. And I'm what you'd say is a fairly heavy user. But I really do think it's worth it. And if you need to know anything more about that, just contact me. We've got other online classes coming up as well. So peace out from Denise.